Goal of this video is to not spill this juice on my husband's sweatshirt. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is November 28th and it is almost December, which is absolutely crazy. Today we are going to be doing our November reflections. We're going to be looking over our budget goals for the month as well as our just personal goals for the month. We're going to be checking in on our metric tracker, and we're also going to be doing a quick burnout check-in as well. And then we're going to move into the December planning, which will mainly cover our goals and intentions for the month as well as our budget plan for the month. And then we will also end with a little bit of video planning and what to expect from the channel for December. So let us hop right into it and take a look at our budget reflection for the month of November. If you're new to my channel, I keep this little budget tracker to basically plan for how much money I need to make ends meet at the end of the month between me and my husband's income. I recently left my job and now my income is very fluctuating, and it's really based on how much effort I put forth. Not as much with my YouTube channel, which is barely making any money, but mainly with my gig work that I do while we wait to transition to moving to a new state and changing things up. So in the meantime, I am doing Instacart as well as Rover cat sitting, and I like to track how much I'm projected to make for the month before the month starts in terms of Rover cat sitting as well as my YouTube income from the previous month, so that I can plan how much Instacart shopping I need to do in the month. I also take a look at my husband's schedule for the upcoming month and map out how much he's projected to make so I can look at how much I need to make so we can hit our goal of $2,500 per month needed post-tax. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let us look over our November budget and do some reflecting, and then we will talk about December, which I have kind of already planned out. So for November, Oliver's income post-tax was $1,104. Again, that was the projected amount based on the hours he worked in the month of November. So I needed to make almost $1,400, which ends up being about $1,750 pre-tax because all of my income is pre-tax. So for the month of November, I did move the amount I made for YouTube income into December because I didn't reach the $100 threshold to get a payout from YouTube in this month. So I technically got $0 for the month. My Rover income right now is projected to be $1,475, which is the most I've ever made from Rover, and it's all attributing to the Thanksgiving week where I worked legit the most I've ever worked in my entire life on Rover, which, you know, I've only done it for a few months, but seriously, it was insane. I worked 13 hours straight one day. Instacart income, I only did one day of Instacart and made only $67 that day. So you'll see at the front here that my projected Instacart sessions was 3 based off of the amount of money that I was supposed to make from Rover. So I don't have the total numbers in from Rover yet because I haven't gotten my tip payouts yet, and I'm actually still finishing up a few Thanksgiving jobs today and tomorrow. So I won't really know until a few days later, but I end up talking about all the specifics of my budget, like exactly how much money we made, how much money we spent, all of that stuff in my monthly budget recap video, which I do a few days into the new month because then we have all the totals from the month before. So long story short, what we can gather from this is that I still need to do about 3 Instacart sessions this month to make ends meet. And honestly, I probably won't do them. I've been so absolutely insanely swamped with the amount of work I did this month for Rover. This past week has been literally so draining and exhausting. My hands are so dry and so torn up from washing them so much at all of the cat sitting jobs I did. I was washing my hands like 10 to 20 times per day because every time you scoop a litter box, like you gotta wash your hands. So yeah, I'm burnt out. I slept like 12 hours last night because today was the first day I didn't have a like 7:30 in the morning visit I had to go to. So I'm not too concerned about the fact that I'm 2 Instacart sessions down and we are not exactly at $2,500 because spoiler, I have seen in our budget that we did spend a lot less money this month and we are a lot more frugal with our spending. And we actually, for the first time since I left my job, broke even, which is super exciting. So if you want to hear about that, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the budget recap video that I'm going to be doing in a few weeks. But I am like over the moon so happy about this because I've been so stressed about the fact that we have not been making ends meet and we've been dipping into our savings every single month. So I am like legit, I can't even tell you how happy I am. Like I'm so happy. All of the work I did and how exhausting it was totally worth it to make ends meet and break even this month. That is our November recap. Overall, I would say I did really well on my end. I've made more money this month than I've made each of the previous months since I left my job. So I'm pretty proud of myself for pushing myself to do this much work during the week of Thanksgiving and making the money that we did make. So let's just jump right into December then and look at what's going on there, because something really interesting is happening, which is Oliver has been scheduled way more in the month of December than he was in the previous 2 months. He's projected to make about $1,368 in the month of December, which the funny thing is he actually took a whole week off during Christmas so that we can go drive home to Florida for a week. So they actually scheduled him a ton more for the other 3 weeks than he normally gets scheduled for an entire 4 weeks of work. I'm not complaining. I'll take it. I'm happy that he'll be working a bit more, making a bit more money, because since I won't be here for Christmas, which is the current plan is we're going home to Florida for Christmas, I won't be able to take any rover jobs during Christmas, which I assume would have been just as, if not more profitable than Thanksgiving, which was extremely profitable. But I'm hoping to make up for it with YouTube incomes, since I will be getting paid 2 months of YouTube income in the month of December because I didn't meet that threshold a few months back. Right now, I'm projected to make $186 in the month of December from my October and my November income, which will definitely help a lot. In terms of rover jobs, I'm currently scheduled to work 2 jobs that I have already figured out. So I'm projected to make $210 from those 2 jobs currently. A lot of people don't book until the week before. Some people book really far out, but most people don't. And a lot of my money is going to have to come from Instacart. As of now, I'm projected that I need to do 11 Instacart sessions to be able to make ends meet for the month. If I don't have rover going on, it'll be a lot easier for me to do Instacart. When I have a lot of rover jobs, it's hard for me to catch up with Instacart because I'm so back and forth and stuff. So yeah, December might not end up being a break even month, but I'm really going to push to continue the trend of breaking even, since we are looking to move at the beginning of March, and I'm trying to keep us on a good streak here with our finances until the month that we move. All right, now let's move on to our November goals and intentions and kind of see what we did for the month and if we did well and met what we wanted to meet in terms of our goals. If you're new, what I do to plan out my goals is I use my bullet journal, but I don't really do it the traditional pretty way of bullet journaling. I literally just write them out here, and I do my goals for business, hobbies, and personal. That's what I decided to categorize my goals for November. So I'm just going to quickly run through these and tell you guys how I did. But for my business goals, they're really all metric goals. So I'm actually going to, while I go through the business goals, pull up my metrics tracker on my Notion, and we are going to talk through what my goals were and see how we actually lived up to those expectations with our metrics. I'm going to pull up my YouTube studio on my phone so I can actually look at where we're at today. And remember, again, it is November 28th today, so we technically have about 2.5 more days till the end of the month, but that's totally fine. I end up re-updating this after this video goes live anyways for my own tracking, but for the purposes of the video, we will just base it off of what today looks like. YouTube metrics, my goals were to 1, post 9 videos in the month of November. So I am going to look and see how many videos I posted. So I currently have 8 videos up on my channel, and this video, which is going to go live tomorrow on November 29th, will be video number 9. So we did meet our video goal of posting 9 videos in the month. So I'm going to put a 9 in here, which met our goal, which is super exciting. The next one I had was to hit 1,450 subscribers, and right now we're actually at 1,439. So we are close to our goal, but not exactly there yet. There's a chance that we will meet that goal before the end of the month, but I would say it's kind of unlikely. The next goal I had was to hit 1,000 views on a video, which isn't in my metric tracker, but I did actually hit 1.3K views on one of my videos in the month of November. So that's super exciting. Wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to do that one because honestly, it really feels like chance which videos end up doing really well. Before we move on to our Instagram metric goals, I'm going to run through the rest of these YouTube metrics and fill them into our tracker. So for views, right now we are at 7,672 views. So YouTube AdSense revenue, I'm super excited about this one because I did mention in a previous video, I didn't write it down as a goal, but one of my goals in my head that I think I'm actually going to write down for this month is that I want to hit $100 in AdSense revenue each month so that I always get a payout the month afterwards. But right now we're at $93.19, and that's only through November 26th because it takes a few days for YouTube to actually update your revenue. So we actually still have 4 more days of revenue to come in, which should mean that we'll definitely hit $100 in revenue before the end of the month. So I'm really happy about that. And that is it for YouTube. So now let's move on to Instagram. So for Instagram, my goals were to post 4 Instagram Reels, post 4 static posts, and to hit 200 followers. So I didn't post at all on Instagram in the month of November. I actually had a lot of things kind of happen internally with me, and I decided to pivot a lot of things with my business. So it was kind of a very overwhelming month in terms of my business goals and like what I wanted to do, which I will talk about when I get to my goals and intentions. But because of that, I didn't post it all on Instagram because I'm kind of trying to figure out what I even want to do with my Instagram. But the cool thing is I actually grew to 192 followers already on Instagram. So I did gain 5 followers even though I didn't post anything. So pretty happy about that. And I'm going to go over here and put that we didn't post it all on Instagram. So next I have coaching metrics, and this is where things kind of changed a lot. I completely changed my path when it comes to kind of what I want to do with my business, and I am fully steering away from coaching, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and I completely dropped my program that I had been promoting in the past. So maybe I'll do a separate video kind of talking about that, but long story short, I decided to pivot. I didn't feel like it was a good fit for me, and it wasn't the right time for me to be trying to create something as large as a program. I much more want to focus on making free content and helping others through that, and just kind of honing in on my skills and what I see myself creating over here on YouTube. So I decided to completely stop trying to promote any coaching or any programs or anything like that. I primarily only focused on YouTube. So all of our coaching related things all are going to be 0, and that's totally fine. In terms of Facebook group posts, I've not been great on the Facebook group at all. I am really trying to figure out what I even want to do with that group and how I want to interact with you guys. But in terms of Facebook group members, we did gain 2 new members to the group last month. Email subscribers. So we are at 13 email subscribers. We gained 2 new subscribers to the email list as well. And I did want to hit 20 email subs and 20 Facebook group members in this month, but I only gained like 2 for each of those, which is fine because again, I've not been sending out any emails. I've not been posting on Facebook. So I would honestly feel bad if a bunch of people joined and I wasn't actually active in those areas right now. My thought right now is that I do want to start launching a monthly newsletter starting in January. That's kind of where I'm headed with that. And I want to use the Facebook group to check in with you guys regularly and just hold each other accountable. I think I overthink it again, and I'm thinking I need to like make amazing content over on Facebook. But in reality, I just want it to be an accountability group. So I'm trying to think of ways to do that. And I'm going to be putting out a few polls on that Facebook group to see what people want and if people are still active in the group. But yeah, that is all my metrics for the month. I think it's pretty clear that my main focus this month was YouTube and focusing on my YouTube channel. And that is kind of what I'm planning on continuing to do, is just focusing on this channel. So let's move on to hobby goals now that we have covered our metric tracker. So for my hobby goals, I had said that I wanted to read 2 novels and read 2 nonfiction books. And I did not finish the 1 novel I had started, and I did not finish any nonfiction books. So reading was just a big no-go this month, as well as my next hobby goal, which was piano. I did practice reading music on this app I've been using called MuseScore, I think it's called, a few times. So I didn't hit the 12 times that I wanted to practice, but I did practice some. And same with reading. Like I did read some of the book I've been reading, as well as I did start a nonfiction book, but I haven't completed one of either of those groups. I also did not learn 2 songs on piano. I started learning 1 song and I'm probably like a third of the way through it, but I have not in any way like learned it well. So really it was all kind of a fail this month in terms of my hobby goals. And the last one, which was streaming, was I wanted to set up my stream profile, set up a new email and Instagram, and stream 8 times. So I actually only streamed twice, which honestly is still great. I'm happy that I streamed twice and not none at all, because I think that my thought was I wanted to at least try streaming once or twice first before I moved into trying to like create a stream profile and create these other accounts and stuff. Basically, I realized that I do enjoy streaming and I want to incorporate a live stream element into my YouTube channel, but I don't know if I specifically want to be putting effort towards making more like video game streaming content. That's not to say that I'm not planning on streaming some video games on Twitch just for fun sometimes. I'm still planning on doing that every once in a while if there's like a game I'm playing that I want to stream, but I'm not planning on doing it like specifically scheduled anytime soon because I really, again, I want to focus on my inward work right now and stop focusing so much on these like external goals. It was way too much this month. So personal goals, I wanted to refresh my apartment setup, specifically my office, which I actually did. So you can see we have like a whole backdrop here for videos as well as for when I was streaming. It was like a nice backdrop. It's not fully completed yet. I do have like a little bit of clutter here and there, but I did work to kind of clean off my desk as well, and I made progress. So I'm happy that I actually got all of this up. I did make a lot of progress with that, so that is great. Resetting my sleep schedule. I was working towards waking up earlier and earlier each day, and then all of my cat sitting jobs started, and I actually was like forced to wake up earlier and earlier each day, and I've been waking up at like 7:30 the past few days. I haven't reached sunrise yet, which is like 6:30 in the morning, but I'm getting there. Perfect my hygiene habits. So no, I have not perfected my hygiene habits. I'm really still working on this one. I was a lot more aware this month, I will say. I thought very consciously about like the past 2 days I didn't shower, I need to shower today, or like, oh, I need to bring my toothbrush with me if I'm rushing out the door before a job so I could brush my teeth at a house that I was at and things like that. I definitely didn't perfect it like by any means. There was definitely probably at least 2 days that I fully forgot to brush my teeth during the day, which is very uncomfortable to share, so please don't be mean to me in the comments. But I'm just not great at hygiene, so I'm really working on that. And the last goal, personal wise, was to start working out with Oliver again, which I did not do either. Honestly, like I keep saying, this month was just heavy. It was a very heavy month for me. I had a lot of work going on for cat sitting as well as like a lot of internal stuff that I was just struggling with. So yeah, I didn't meet all my goals, but that's totally fine with me. I'm trying to not be so hard on myself with all of that. That brings us right into the burnout check-in really quick, which I have been really great at the caffeine thing in terms of coffee. I've been pretty great at only drinking one a day again, and I've moved back to that, but I have actually been drinking more soda lately because of Thanksgiving. I've been like having a lot more Coke, which is not great. And my schedule has, like I said, my sleep schedule's been pretty good, and I have not been taking sleep aid like at all. I think I took it maybe 2 or 3 times in the month of November. I need to like have a place where I write this stuff out. But overall, I would say my sleep has been great. And the other thing I have to say is that my hair has been falling out so much less this month. Like it's literally like it's been so much better. Like there's not hair everywhere anymore. So I'm super happy about that. So let's move into our December planning. You know what's really funny? Side note, I had this video I made like years ago when I was in college that was like how to be a better roommate, and actually like I still get subscribers from it today. So you might be watching this and you found me recently from that video, but I feel like this backdrop looks very similar to that video because I have like the string lights from Christmas, and yeah, I don't know, it's just making me laugh. Anyways, let's talk about December goals. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into my bullet journal and I'm going to create my December pages and make my little December goal list and start planning out my goals for December, and then I will chat with you guys and tell you all about them. Okay, I just finished planning out all of my goals, so I'm going to chat through them with you guys now. We're going to start with business goals. So YouTube metrics in the month of December, I want to post 10 videos. I want to hit 1,550 subscribers. I want to hit 1,500 views on a video this month. I want to create my Change Your Life series, which I'll chat about in a minute. I want to create a free Notion template that I'll share on my channel for you guys. And I want to do a 2022 Plan With Me live stream at the end of December, so we can all plan together live, because I thought that'd be super fun. And then lastly, for other metrics, I want to revitalize the Facebook group in whatever capacity that looks like, depending on what people want it to be. Then we'll move on to personal goals. So internal goals, I want to complete the 40-day Claim Your Power challenge, which in reality, I'm not going to complete it in December, but I want to do it for all 31 days of December. I'll probably be on like day 35, I think, by the time it's December 31st, because I started it yesterday, maybe day 35. 4, I don't know. I want to do 10 days of a morning dopamine detox. So if you guys know Healthy Gamer GG on YouTube, basically he talked about the concept of having 1 hour in the morning where you completely detox off of dopamine. So you don't go on your phone, you don't go on your computer, you don't watch or consume any content that like brings up your levels and like riles you up basically, and you don't even read. It's not just about like dopamine detox the way people do it over like a 2-week period. It's literally just the hour in the morning where you don't do anything overstimulating to allow your brain to like process deep thoughts. So like basically to give yourself a space in the morning every day to have shower thoughts, or like, you know, those times when you're laying in bed without your phone and you can't sleep and like you have all of these motivational ideas, like basically to start your day off on that note. So it would be doing things like dishes, laundry, going for a walk, doing yoga or exercising, stretching, doing any chores around the house, things like that, like anything super mindless that basically will allow your brain to not be like over processing information and make space for new ideas. And then journal daily in my bullet journal. So something I was not good at in December was updating this page. So in October, you'll see from the day I started, like this is all the days of the month. I started my bullet journal on this first day where I have writing, and I filled it out for the entire month. In November, I literally only did it the first 4 days and then I completely dropped off and stopped. But I really actually liked doing that a lot. So I want to get back on track with that in December, and I want to just do my 1-line journal entry every single day. So then we'll move on to external goals. So I want to wake up at sunrise. A lot of these are repeats. Basically get to that point at some point in the month where I'm waking up pretty consistently at sunrise and like getting on a good circadian rhythm sleep schedule. Improve my personal hygiene. So again, repeat goal. Keep my caffeine intake down. So sticking with the 1 coffee a day. And then we'll move on to hobby goals. So I want to just read 1 novel, 1 nonfiction book, and learn 1 song on piano. So I basically took last month's goals and just cut them in half. And I think because I don't have as many crazy business goals this month, I'll have more time for my own personal goals. And then lastly, I added a section for financial goals. So I want to break even in December. I want to make $100 from AdSense, and I want to thrift all of my Christmas presents to keep our expenses low. So those are all my goals. Then I decided to do a little goal tracker for a few of them. And basically I picked the goals that I felt like were more like habit based. So like post 10 videos, I put 10 boxes for each of these. So I can throughout the month mark that off. Cause like if I'm not consistently posting a few times a week, then like it's going to be really hard to hit 10 videos if I'm behind. Then I have the 10-day morning dopamine detox showers. So I realized that that also came in at number 10, because if there's 31 days in the month and I shower every 3rd day, I would take 10 showers in that month. And it probably sounds crazy if you shower like every day, but for me, showering 10 times in a month sounds pretty actually insane. And I think it would easily actually line up with the morning dopamine detox, because showering is another one of those activities that could fit in with what I do in that first hour of the day. And then lastly is $100 in AdSense. I'm going to just mark off a box every time I get to $10. So like 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way to $100, because again, that should be pretty consistent throughout the month if I'm going to meet the goal. So those are the 4 I decided to track because I felt like they kind of ran through each area of my life. But yeah, that's pretty much that. And the last thing that I like to cover in this video is the videos that I'm going to be creating in the month of December. So I'm trying to move towards 3 videos per week, which is why I upped my videos for the month to 10, which is up from 9 that I posted in November. So I'm just like boosting it up 1 video. And then if I post more, great. You'll see I'm literally like starting these out this week, but I'm posting a lot of raw content coming up about what I've been struggling with internally and a lot of the things that I've been going through in my head and in my heart. And I just want to be really open and honest with you guys and share what's been going on, because there's just been a lot of stuff I've been going through in my head and just emotionally, and I'm just trying to figure it all out, which is why I'm doing that 40-day challenge. But I'll talk about it more in my other videos. But basically in the month of December, I want to create content all relating around doing internal work and preparing yourself for the new year. And I'm going to be doing it myself and then just sharing the process for anyone who kind of wants to do it with me. I'm super excited to share the whole process with you guys and go along with you in this journey. So if you're in the place where you're trying to kind of like change your life or reset your life, then this is a great place to be, because I will be doing this for the next like 3-4 months of my life, because I have just so much coming right now. Like December is going to be all about the internal work and planning for the new year. January is going to be all about literally bucket listing all the things I want to do to enjoy my time in DC while I'm still here. And then February is going to be all about decluttering my physical space and just creating a completely fresh start with the stuff that we have, getting rid of a lot. We're probably going to be downsizing when we move to Florida. Although like square footage wise, I don't know if we're going to be downsizing, but in terms of like bedrooms, we're most likely going to be downsizing. And then March is going to be big moving month. So a lot of transition coming in March. And then April is going to be all about getting into a good routine and figuring out what my career goals look like and what I'm planning on doing with a job and how I'm going to be making money and what I want to do with all of that. So it's going to be a crazy next 6 months, honestly, of my life. There's going to be just so much happening, as well as Oliver applying to med school and all of that, which is going to be a big thing for me and him as a couple, just going through that as well. So I want to really internally prepare and plan for the new year this year. There's going to be a lot of planning content, a lot of internal work content, a lot of raw conversation. I've already cried in some videos, so I'm sorry, but it's just gonna be really raw. So I hope you like that type of content. But that is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys have the most wonderful December that you've ever had. I hope you have time with your friends and your family and it's a great month. I hope your November was good and you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I definitely enjoyed mine. I made a huge Thanksgiving feast and it was on Oliver's birthday and I made him a red velvet cake and it was amazing and I'm still eating it and I'm gonna eat it soon and I can't wait, and now I just really want red velvet cake. I'm really pumped right now. I don't know why. Kim's coming over soon and we're gonna finish Outer Banks. We have 2 episodes left finally. I'm so excited. I'm just in a good mood. I'm excited. I'm very excited for the new month and I hope you guys are too. But let me know in the comments down below what your big goals are for the month or anything you want to share. I, again, always love talking to you guys in the comments. And yeah, other than that, I will see you later this week with a very raw, honest video of mine. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.